Hello everyone, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back, and today we are talking about the potential for another snowstorm and even a potential for a white Christmas for a lot of people. So without further ado, let's get started. Stay tuned for the whole video and enjoy. If you'd like staying up to date with the latest weather forecasts and updates, then please consider hitting the subscribe button below. Let's see how fast we can get to 2,000 subscribers. Also, to help this video's performance very much, please consider clicking the like button and sharing this video with your friends. Also, please consider watching the whole video. Thank you. Now let's get on with today's video. I know, if one snowstorm was not enough, if Winter Storm Gale was not enough, yes. We have our next upcoming major snowstorm potentially on our hands, and maybe for some of you, the potential for a white Christmas because this storm is coming right on Christmas. So let's get right into it here. This is a good setup map for the Weather Channel, kind of describing how this is going to be, how the storm could be set up. Now, this isn't going to be, I don't believe that this is going to be as significant as Winter Storm Gale as it looks right now. For a lot of people, this will actually be starting as rain, even some heavy rain, and then going over to a little bit of snow on the back side of it. Because it's basically going to be, we've seen it like this for a while now, right? Where we see the front come through. All right, even like a few days ago, the setup was looking just like this. So the models have been staying consistent. We got our front coming through. Some of you, most of you will pretty much start out as rain, and then a good chunk of you will go back to snow and wintry mix once the cold front passes through. So it's going to be one of those rain to snow kind of events. The only problem with these kind of events is that when you get rain on the warm side of the front and your temperatures are in the 50s or even warmer than that, even if we were to go over to snow, the ground is still very warm. So it would be harder for the snow to stick. That's my issue with these rain to snow kind of events. But remember, all you need for a white Christmas is 1 inch of snow. That can either be 1 inch of snow falling on Christmas Day. That could be 1 inch of snow on the ground from another snowstorm, for example, Winter Storm Gale. Right? Even if an inch plus is still laying on the ground, that still technically counts as a white Christmas. It doesn't have to be new, fresh snow. And for some of you, maybe you have a chance to be more all snow, maybe like up in Wisconsin and Michigan. But most of you will start as rain and then go over to either snow or wintry mix on the backside of it. But there's a good chance that some of you guys could get 1 to 3, maybe 3 to 5 plus. All right, but again, this is still pretty far away, so keep that in mind. All right, but only by a few days. So we have our PNA here, all right, and you can see it's going up a little bit, right? We're going back towards a positive range. As you can see for Winter Storm Gale, I mean, look how high the PNA was, all right, like slightly before mid-December actually. Now for NAO, that's also going to fall to the negative. Remember, positive PNA promotes cold and snow for Central and East, and I actually will be talking about, maybe, I believe that'll be tomorrow's video or one of my upcoming videos where we talk about some mysterious weather for the West as well. All right, so definitely stay tuned for that as well. But the NAO is going to be dropping, and that's going to promote, again, more cold and snow for the East. And trust me, this Christmas storm won't be the only chance for snow before the end of the year. There'll be other chances for snow as well. Arctic oscillation, this one really determines the Arctic air because Arctic oscillation, it's in the name, right? It promotes the Arctic air coming into the central and eastern United States. You can tell by the name. And yes, it will be plunging, and that means more cold air could be coming as well. And now we're going to get to the models. Now, we have our 3 models. We have our GFS, European, and Canadian, because these are the only models that really go out this far in time. I will have a bonus mystery model, like I always do, at the end, so definitely put that model in the comments once you hear it. All right, but we're starting off with the GFS model, all right? So there was actually supposed to be, like in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, there were some spotty snow showers this morning. Me in the Northeast, like where I was, we really didn't get any snow. I didn't really see any snowflakes, but it was very scattered in nature. There will be a little disturbance that does swing through late Monday into early Tuesday. It won't probably be snow for many people. It'll be rain, like primarily some snow towards the north or in the Appalachian Mountains. This really won't amount to much, but again, this is just adding to the 40-something inches that's on the ground in New York, and even down the Mid-Atlantic as well in the Northeast. Even like, for example, I got about 6 inches, I believe, from Gale, and the problem was that it got just above freezing in the daytime, but then it got so cold in the nighttime, so you just had this melting and refreezing, and everything was just icing over again. All right, so that's the problem we're going to be seeing here. But then a little disturbance swings through late Monday and early Tuesday. We'll dump some snow, but then there comes a storm. And as you can see, like I told you, it's going to be got some rain on the front side right here, even some more rain closer to the front. But then once that cold air comes in, now the thing with these is that the temperatures do crash down pretty quickly. All right, like it may be 55 and a couple hours later it might be below freezing, or even at freezing, and we crash over to snow. But again, even if the temperatures do crash down a lot and maybe we do change over to snow, but the ground was just so warm a couple hours ago that the snow may still have a hard time sticking. So keep that in mind. All right, at least like here, before Winter Storm Gale was here, we had temperatures the night before like in the 20s, so the ground was already set and cold enough. This may not be the case. All right, so here's a GFS model. Again, look at the eastern seaboard, I-95 corridor, probably rain. Actually, according to GFS model, this is 2 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Washington, D.C. actually is flipping over to heavy snow. Meanwhile, Baltimore, Philly, New York points north. It's still raining at this point. And then once the front comes through, all right, it will flip over to snow. Now, you may not see it, all right? Like, the storm may already be gone in, like, 6 hours. So you may only go over to snow for a couple hours, for a few hours. All right, so it did swing through D.C., Baltimore, only changed the snow for a few hours. All right, if that, because these go in 6-hour intervals. Keep that in mind as well. All right, and then once the snow swings through, it's here, it's done. Like, actually, for the GFS model, there's really not going to be much snow on Christmas, although there's a little piece down by that Chesapeake. But actually, according to the GFS, most of this will just be coming on Christmas Eve and not so much Christmas Day. So that's something interesting that some of the models may disagree with. It's just the timing. All right, so let's take a look at the totals. And I got to say it looks pretty interesting because GFS actually puts Washington in almost 10 inches of snow. And yet Baltimore's only in a couple inches. Philly, not even an inch or two. New York City is nothing, and Boston is nothing. So I'm not saying this can't happen. It's pretty unusual. But we still definitely have like 6 to 10 inches up to the north. Even in the Catskills in upstate New York, we're talking 12 to 18 plus on top of tons of snow that's already there. Even for Binghamton, where they got like 45 inches, like we could see another 6 to 10 there as well. And Appalachian Mountains, eastern West Virginia, 12 to 15 inches. All right, so again, the chance for a white Christmas here for a lot of people seems pretty real at this time. All right, so now we're gonna be looking at our good old friend, the European model. All right, I always love tracking this model. It's usually a pretty good forecast model. So let's start with the, this is, again, the late night Monday to Tuesday storm. Again, a little clipper. Just like the storm that came through this morning, you may not even notice it in the east. This one will be similar to that one. It'll just be like a little clipper system that'll swing through. Not much moisture with it. Not much, this low won't really deepen all that much. And most of the snow will be back in northern Pennsylvania or in the mountainous areas in the Appalachian Mountains. Nothing really too much. Then it spreads into the northeast. All right, but the storm, I know you guys, and this is actually just a few days before Christmas, so this is going to be the appetizer before the bigger storm comes, because this storm probably, as of now, doesn't seem as significant as Winter Storm Gale, but listen, the kind of storm Winter Storm Gale was, it's going to be hard to be a bigger storm than Winter Storm Gale. So, but European model, notice this, 8 p.m. on Christmas Eve, you had snow, we had rain changing to snow in Washington, but I mean, it's still raining, all right, in the eastern seaboard, or even inland as well. Even central PA, it's still raining. Pretty much the entire state of New York, it's still raining. All right, and then we get in that little backside a little bit, which the GFS actually puts a little bit more snow towards the east. European model keeps it back towards the west a little bit. So there's still disagreement with the models. It's perfectly okay. It's honestly supposed to happen with these storms, right? We gotta have like diverse, gotta have the opinions. But still, some snow in central New York as well. And we get the heavy rainfall that pushes off the eastern seaboard. And this is Christmas morning. All right, and then the snow winds down. Maybe some leftover snow showers for the mid-Atlantic and northeast, and it's all set and done. So, European model snowfall totals. How much are we thinking? European model, again, not really much on 995 quarter. Maybe just some flakes. Most of the snow, like the 6 to 10, 6 to 12. Again, western PA, eastern West Virginia along the Appalachian Mountains, maybe along the Great Lakes. 6 to 10 inches as well, and then maybe over 12 inches for eastern West Virginia in some spotty locations. So European doesn't go quite as bullish, all right? And these models, like one model run later, it could change a lot. So just keep that in mind as well, all right? Now, if you want to see what it looks like from a zoomed out perspective, all right, we got the GFS model right here. So again, there's the low, and you can see why this is going to be it won't be like a big snowstorm, because the low is all the way up in Canada. All right, so that's going to allow for a lot more warmer air to invade in. All right, and yes, okay, when the low is this far north, you will get a big cold plunge. All right, that's something that's pretty much going to be a guarantee. A lot of people are going to see, millions of you are going to see cold air. But whether you see snow, though, all right, that depends how much cold air can rush in, all right, behind the front, or even if the cold air intersects with the front, that'd be even better. We can get a lot more snow coming out of this. So this is definitely something I have to keep our eyes on. All right, now we're going to flip over to the Canadian model, and now we're a little bit kind of like a mystery model here. So here we are with the Canadian model. Now, if you thought the European model was actually slacking off with the snow totals a little bit, I say the Canadian model takes it a step further. So let's look again. There's your late Monday into Tuesday storm. Not much. Some snow by the Great Lakes. All right, and then here comes the rain. Here comes the snow. Again, this is Christmas morning now, and it's actually still raining pretty hard along the East Coast, I-95 corridor as well. But you really see it just doesn't. They keep all the snow and a light snow at that up near the Great Lakes. The interior Northeast as well. So interior Northeast, I'd say you guys are gonna have a good chance to get snow. Again, just like Winter Storm Gale is gonna be such a tosser for the I-95 corridor. It's a shame that for the I-95 there has to be this many close calls with winter storms. Like, trust me, I'm asking the same thing. Why can't there just be like one winter storm that just gives I-95 the worst of the snow? I know I'm asking the same question, but it's got to be the right storm and the right track and the right time. And this storm just doesn't seem to be that one. Again, stuff can change. I'm not putting anything set in stone here, but just know that this one will probably not be as significant as Winter Storm Gale. Not the same areas that got snow from Gale will get snow from this one. All right, but still, where the places that do get hit, and again, it could change over time, could get hit pretty hard. Actually, the Canadian model puts like 1 to 2 feet near the Great Lakes, which is pretty interesting. And then again, about a foot of snow for eastern West Virginia. Then like your 6 to 12 outside of that, eastern West Virginia, western PA, western New York, even Cleveland could get above a foot as well. So these models are really going back and forth at this point. And the mystery model, you've seen it before, consider putting it in the comments as well, is the UK MET model. And actually, out of all the models for like the Mid-Atlantic region, like look at Southeast PA, Jersey, Maryland, Delaware, even Northern Virginia a little bit. You got about 1 to 3 inches. So they like the I-95 corridor a bit more. New York could get 1 inch. Boston, not so much. But again, all you need for a white Christmas, technically, is either 1 inch of snow on the ground, or even if 1 inch of snow falls, that counts as well. Again, Cleveland, about a foot, maybe 8 to 12 for eastern West Virginia. So eastern West Virginia is going to probably get like some of the highest snowfall totals, as well as the interior Northeast. That is how it looks right now. But like the high temperature for me, like I looked earlier this morning, the high temperature forecast was 46 on Christmas morning. Now it fell to 37 is the high temperature. So you can see the temperatures, and the temperatures makes a big difference because that can determine your precip type. And our sixth, oops, sorry, it's so zoomed in. This is from December 26th to the 30th. As you can see, cold air is forecast on the East Coast. Hopefully, we'll be giving an update on the West Coast as well. So cold air coming in. This storm looks like it will be coming, but what kind of precip we're going to see, all right, we'll be giving updates on that as well. So thank you guys for watching today's video. I am The Weather Dude, signing off till next time. Enjoy that winter break. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.